Okay. Okay, go ahead, son. Good job. Press the OK button, Aubrey. Press the circle button. Go skip the ad for her. Is it working, Aubrey? Salakia, y'all. We're going to get started in a second. Give me 1 second. Are you okay now? Okay, I'm not coming to change this TV no more. So you're going to watch this and you're going to sit here and watch it for a while. You hear me? Yep, teaching my class. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like you. Shalom Israel. Yahba Shemal Shabrak, a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar a thun by Shemal Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, the ISUBK, Northern California, under Commanding General Yana. And I'll be holding down a Wednesday night law class for Priest Officer of 1,000 Natazai. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get straight to the topic. Tonight, we're gonna get into this dietary law. You understand? What are we allowed to eat according to the Bible, right? On top of that, we're gonna get into how the Christian church have perverted the scriptures in order to fulfill their lust for wanting to eat unclean beasts. You understand? So let's get into it. Let's go first to the book of Deuteronomy, the 14th chapter. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14. And I'm going to start at verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations of the earth, or above all the nations that are upon the earth. You understand? So the Lord has chosen the children of Israel to be a special people. You understand? Peculiar people. And the Lord likens us to being above all of the other nations on planet Earth. Now, you can't be a special, holy, and peculiar people, and a people special above all the other people if you actually do what other people do. If you conduct yourselves like these heathens conduct themselves, you understand? And of course, tonight, the dietary law is the topic at hand. You understand? We can't be a special people if we celebrating Thanksgiving and eating that goddamn ham right along with our oppressor, right along with all the rest of the nations who fall up under the oppressor that celebrates his filthy, wicked holidays, right? Yes, I'm teaching the class, okay? So go ahead, you play, all right? Verse 3, thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat. You understand? The Lord said, "We shall not eat any abominable thing." You understand that word abominable, or to be an abomination, is something that's filthy, wicked. You understand, and unclean unto the Lord. It's something that the Lord is disgusted in. The Lord is disgusted in us not keeping the laws. You understand, and putting all of these unclean beasts in our mouth. You understand, eating these unclean beasts. You understand, Salakia. Verse 4 once again from the top. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the hart, and the roebuck, and the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the pygarg, and the wild ox, and the camel. Okay, my lord, I got you. Salakia. And the camois, and every beast that parteth the hoof, and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. You understand? So we have a criteria, and the Lord names off of a few animals that's tawaf for us to eat in Deuteronomy, the 14th chapter. But the criteria to eating land animals, right, is they have to chew up the cud, and that chewing of the cud is basically a certain digestive system that clean animals have, such as a cow, an ox, a sheep, a bull, etc. And what they do is they chew their food, swallow their food, regurgitate the food, chew it again, and then digest it again through the many compartments in their stomachs. You understand? Also, they have to have a cloven hoof. You understand? A hoof that is parted. You understand? Now, when you look at an animal that has a cloven hoof, that hoof is a protective. It protects the actual feet of the animal, and keeps them prone to diseases as they walk in the wild. You understand? Or walk through the area where they might habitate. Right? Verse 3. So I get verse 5. Excuse me. Verse 6. What was that? Verse 6. I'm gonna read verse 6 again. And every beast that parted the hoof, and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Once again, that criteria of these clean animals, which the Lord gave us for food. All right. Salakia. Verse 7. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, divide the cloven hoof, as the camel and the hare. A hare is a rabbit, and the coney. I believe the coney is another animal that's related to the rabbit. For they chew the cud, but divided not the hoof. Therefore, they are unclean to you. You understand? An animal that has only one of these characteristics is unclean to you. So an animal like the camel, you understand, he cheweth the cud, but he don't divide the hoof. His feet are not built, you understand, to keep him prone from diseases as he's walking to and fro. You understand, to basically protect his feet from being cut up. You understand, and scarred up, and probably catching some type of disease or some type of illness. You understand, from not having a proper designed feet to keep this animal from actually catching the disease, from scarring up his feet as it walks. You understand? So this camel, it only got one of these characteristics. It chews the cud, true, but it does not divide the hoof. It doesn't have that protective cover over its feet to keep it prone from diseases. So therefore, it's unclean for the children of Israel, meaning we can't touch that animal. We're not supposed to eat it because it does not have the characteristics, both of these characteristics, in chewing the cud and dividing the hoof. All right. Salakia. Verse 8. And the swine is a pig, because it divided the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Now, the pig has the proper feet. It divides the hoof, but it does not chew the cud, so it's unclean to you. It doesn't have both characteristics, right? Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. You understand? The Lord don't want us to eat their flesh. Not only does he not want us to eat their flesh, but he don't want us to touch their dead bodies. All right. Verse 9, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat. And whatsoever have not fins and scales, ye may not eat. Ye may not eat. It is unclean unto you. You understand? So the Lord said, the only animals that you should be eating out of the waters, you understand, whether it be any type of body of water, but whatever animal that you find in that water that's lawful for you to eat as an Israelite, you understand, is an animal that has fins and scales. You understand? And the only animals that have fins and scales are fish. You understand? Tuna is unlawful because tuna does not have any scales. Now, a lot of people like to say, oh, tuna is lawful because they have microscopic scales, you understand, or very fine scales that you got to see through a microscope. Well, put yourself in Moses' shoes, because this is Moses' law. You understand, that he got from the Lord. Moses didn't have no goddamn microscope. You understand? From what Moses seen with the naked eye is these goddamn fish do not have scales, so don't eat them. A catfish is unclean. You understand? Lobsters, oysters, mussels. You understand? Shrimps have fins, but they do not have scales, so they are unclean to you. You understand? So anything that you eat out of the waters, it has to have scales and fins. All right? Just like it. What was that? Verse 11. Of all clean birds ye shall eat, but these are they of which ye shall not eat: the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the glebe, and the kite, and the vulture after his kind, and every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the great owl, and the swan. You understand? So let me just break that down in layman's terms. You understand? The Lord is basically saying the Lord is naming these birds that's unclean due to the characteristics of these birds. These are birds of prey for the most part. You understand? Now, many of these birds, like the raven and the owl, they eat small rodents. You understand? Or the hawk. You understand? Which might eat another goddamn bird. You understand? These are birds of prey. Even some of these small birds, like the cuckoo, you understand, which is a smaller bird, it eat worms. You understand? These are the unclean birds that's clean. And it didn't name, and the ossifrage and the osprey, I believe one of those is an ostrich. You understand? That's an unclean bird as well. You understand? So all in all, the birds that brothers and sisters are allowed to indulge in is birds like turtle doves, chickens, you understand, pigeons. Now, of course, most of us live in cities. Huh? What do you want to play? Huh? You don't want to play it? Okay, give it to me. Most of us live in cities, so in living cities, you're not necessarily going to eat a pigeon. You understand? Because the diet of a pigeon is they eat a lot of trash and filth. You understand, due to the environment and the circumstances that they live in. But normally, the Israelites, we would eat pigeons. You understand, turtle doves, chickens, Cornish hens, quails. You understand, birds like that, right? What else did it say? It says, Salakia. Another bird that they mentioned in here was a swan. You understand? A bird that's in the swan family is a duck. You understand? The birds that swim on top of water. You understand? These birds are unlawful unto us because it's an unclean bird because the Lord deemed them unclean. You understand? Verse 17, and the pelican and the gear eagle and the cormorant. Cormorant is one of those small birds, and the stork. You understand? That stork is the birds that you see that eat the fish out of the ocean. Excuse me. They eat the fish out of the ocean that swim down, and a stork is like you seen those fairy tale cartoons, the same birds that drop the babies off on the doorstep. You understand? The Lord said those birds are unclean. You understand? Salakia. And the heron after her kind, and the lapwing and the bat. You understand? The bat is unclean according to the Bible. You understand? And if Israelites were ruling on planet Earth as we should be, you wouldn't have no COVID-19 because the Lord said the bat is unlawful to eat. You understand? Which is where they say the COVID-19 virus actually came from. You understand? Wuhan, China, where they eat a whole lot of bats over there. All right. Verse 19, and every creeping thing that flieth, and every creeping thing that flieth is unclean to you. They shall not be eaten. You understand? This is talking about flies. You understand? What else? Moths. You understand? Things of that nature. Butterflies. You understand? All of these things, these creeping things that fly, they unclean to us, right? But of all clean fowls ye may eat. Verse 21. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seek a kid in his mother's milk. You understand? Now, we are not allowed to eat an animal that dies of itself, an animal that dies of natural causes. You understand? We are supposed to unalive our own animals and eat it. You understand? And furthermore, because we are special and a holy people, we're supposed to give it to a heathen, you understand, that's less fortunate if one of our animals die of itself. But we can't give it to each other. You understand? Because we are holy people. And it says, thou shalt not seek a kid in his mother's milk. This is not talking about we can't eat a goddamn cheeseburger like the imposter Lil Hack people say. You understand? That's not what the Lord is talking about. When it said we can't seek a calf in his mother's milk, this is talking about eating a young animal that has not been weaned off of his mother's milk, an animal that has never eaten grass before, an animal that's still being nursed by his mother from drinking the milk that comes from his mother. That's what the Lord is saying. The Lord is saying we can't eat no goddamn baby animals that has never eaten any grass, that doesn't have enough time to actually be able to eat on its own. You understand? Salakia. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. Salakia, we ain't streaming on Facebook today, but if you could share this class on Facebook, Baba Kashab. Mala. Yeah. You okay? You watching TV in your room? Okay, go ahead. Salakia. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divided the hoof. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So the Lord is reiterating this law once again in the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. You understand? Well, Salakia. In Deuteronomy The 14th chapter is where he reiterated this law, the dietary law, Leviticus. But it's the same law that you read about in Deuteronomy. You understand? He's saying, look, the only animals that you can eat that's land animals, they had to divide the hoof and chew of the cud. If they have both of these characteristics, they tawab to eat. You understand? They clean to you. But if they only have one of these characters, they are unclean unto you. Understand? Salaki. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And I believe a coney is a small rabbit. All right. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. A hare, a larger rabbit. All right. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. You understand? So you can't eat a pig. You understand? You can't eat swine because he divided the hoof, but he don't chew the cud, so he is unclean to you. All right. And all slag, I'm gonna drop down. Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. You understand? So the Lord is saying, only animals that you can eat that come out of waters is animals that have scales and fins. You understand? Fish with scales and fins. Catfish are unclean. The bassa fish, you understand, that they sell all in the ghetto at meat markets all around us. You understand? It's unclean. It's essentially a goddamn catfish. You understand? And a slew of other fish that are unclean to you. You understand? I believe grouper is unclean to you. I think flounder fish is unclean. You understand? Tuna is unclean. You can't eat a goddamn shark because it's unclean to you. It's an animal with fins but no scales. All right. You can't eat shrimps, crabs, lobsters, mussels, oysters. You understand? Sea cucumbers. You can't eat none of that nonsense because it's not food. You understand? Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Right? The Lord reiterated this law over and over and over and over through the mouth of Moses so Israelites can get it through their head. And why? Because these type of animals we were eating in ancient Egypt. You understand? Egypt, they ate wild pigs. They ate whatever they could find in these damn waters. You understand? And us living in that empire and wanting to be just like the Egyptians because of oppression, we did exactly what the Egyptians did. You understand? Verse 12, whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. The Lord said it once again. He said about 4 times within 3 verses. You understand? This is abomination. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. You understand? And these are they which ye have an abomination among the fowls. I went over the fowls in the book of and the fowl is a bird. You understand? FOWL. I went over the birds that you can't eat in the book of Deuteronomy, the 14th chapter. And it says the same thing. You understand? The raven, the vulture, the kite, the owl, the little owl, the cormorant, the swine, which is the same family of birds that ducks are in. You understand? Geese. You understand? So forth and so on. The stork. You understand? You can't eat a goddamn bat. These are all unclean to you. All fowls that creep, going upon all 4, shall be an abomination unto you. You understand? These is birds of prey. All right. Verse 21. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all 4, which have legs and above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat. the locust after his kind, and the ball locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper his kind after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. So the Lord gives you a list of flying insects that are to wild for us to eat or good for us to eat. You understand? You can eat a locust, you can eat a bald locust, you can eat a beetle, and you can eat a grasshopper. You understand? Other than that, any flying, creeping thing is unclean to you. Like I said earlier, you can't eat a butterfly. You can't eat a moth. You understand? You can't eat a fly. That is unclean to you. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Drop down to Salakia. Let me continue reading. And of these things ye shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. Now, if any one of these unclean animals die on your land and you got to get it off your land, you understand? You're supposed to wash your clothes and you're going to be unclean until the even. You understand? Or the evening time. Or how days go in the Bible, you understand? The nighttime, when night falls, you understand, when the sun goes down, that's a whole new day. You understand? Salakia. But you know, the Lord don't want us to eat them, nor does he want us to touch their carcass. But there's going to be some instances where you have to remove some of these unclean animals off of your land because they just might so happen to die on your property. You understand? Salakia. What was I at? Drop down to verse 27. The carcasses of every beast which divided the hoof and is not cloven footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. Verse 27. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the evening. You understand? What else is unclean is dogs. You understand? Cats. You understand? Like I just put up a post on TikTok not too long ago. You understand how a certain group of people love to indulge in eating dog meat. You understand? And it's not just one group of people. It's plenty of groups of people. A lot of you Africans eat dogs too. You understand? A lot of these Asians, it's a well-known fact that they eat dogs. It used to be a myth until we start actually seeing them catching dogs on YouTube and selling them, you understand, in their meat markets, just in their villages, you understand? Or catch, clean, and cook videos that a lot of these heathens be having on their channel, and they're literally cooking dogs, you understand? Cooking cats. Salakia. You understand? But not only dogs and cats, but anything that go on its 4 paws. You can't eat a goddamn bear either. Bears got paws. You can't eat a lion. You're not supposed to be eating no goddamn cheetahs or none of that. You understand? You can't eat a leopard. You understand? You can't eat none of that. Salakia. Verse 28. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean to you. These also shall be unclean to you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind. You can't eat a weasel, you can't eat a mouse or a rat, you understand, or a tortoise or a goddamn turtle. You understand? I know a lot of them Filipinos out there, y'all like to eat that turtle soup. You understand? Oh, you ain't think I know that, huh? Yeah, I know. You eat that turtle soup and it's an abomination unto you. You understand? A lot of you heathens, y'all eat mice and rats. You understand? And what else it say? And weasels, right? It's unclean. Verse 30. And the ferret and the chameleon and the lizard and the snail and the mole. You understand? We can't eat none of these abominations. Like a lot of those people that live in Asia, you understand? And it's not, and somebody made a comment on the TikTok video that I posted and said, oh, these people eat this because food is scarce where they live. That's a goddamn lie. The reason why they eat that is because that is their culture. You understand? Because why? They come here and do it too. Not only do they do it themselves, but they sell you dogs and cats at some of these establishments. I'll tell y'all a quick story, right? In the area of Oakland, one of the areas of Oakland where my father used to live at, it's nicknamed Funktown. You understand? And there is a large Asian population in the area of Funktown. You understand? From First Ave to about 14th Ave. You understand? In the upper part of the eastern part of the city of Oakland. You understand? Toward from Lake Merritt till about 14th Ave. It's a large Asian population, and it's a whole lot of Asian restaurants down there that black people don't necessarily really go to. You understand? But a lot of these Asians frequent those restaurants because a lot of these people are, in fact, their relatives. You understand? And they go there seeking comfort food that they used to eating growing up in the villages that they come from before they come to America. You understand? And my father, he was on his way to work one day, right? And what he seen, it just blew his mind to where he turned back around. I was living with him at the time. He turned back around and he didn't call me. He came and came back to the house and got out the car and had to tell me what he just seen, right? And what he said he saw was he seen a stray dog running, right? Now, when he seen the stray dog running, I guess some of the Asian people, and this is a dog with no leash. It's definitely a stray dog. It's not none of they dogs, right? He seen some Asian people in the back of one of them Asian restaurants in Funktown. He said they lured that dog in there and like trapped him and put him in a cage and hurry up and took him to the back of the restaurant. But it's like the way that my father described it to me, it was like they was trying to do it without anybody seeing them. Like you ever seen somebody do something mischievous or something that they know that they're not supposed to be doing, and they just keep looking around to see if somebody noticed what they got going on? Well, my father explained it to me that they did it exactly like that. And we already knew what it was. They didn't kidnap that poor dog to go make him somebody's General Soul chicken. You understand? To make pork fried rice out that goddamn dog. You understand? And that's what these heathens do. And the Lord wants us to be a separate and holy people and not indulge in the same abominations that they indulge in. All right? So that's a lot here. Jump down to verse 46 on Salakia. And we'll jump down to verse 46. This is the law of the beast and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. You understand? This is the reason for this law. You understand? And the reason why the Lord puts this law in place is because when you see, like, I was watching a documentary the other day, right? And I forget the name of it, but it was something to the effect of forbidden foods in the world. You understand, right? And one of the foods that was on there was one of them was I think it was live octopus tentacles. You understand? That some of these Asian restaurants in the countries that they live in, it's actually a delicacy. You understand? And the reason why these foods are banned in certain places because people have actually died from eating live octopus tentacles. It suffocated them. You understand? Cut off their windpipes or however the hell it killed them. You understand? But it's evidence that the Lord knows is smarter than man and putting these dietary laws in this book. Like a lot of people come up against the ISUBK and saying, "Oh, y'all read that Bible and that's an old ancient book." And yeah, we do read this Bible because this Bible has sacred knowledge in it as far as being able to sustain the people and keeping us in line and making our lives easier by following these laws in this Bible. You understand? Black people, we have indulged in all of the abominations of these heathens. You understand? And in turn, we die from the diseases that come with eating these foods. You understand? Another food that was on that list was the puffer fish. You understand? Now, when you look at that puffer fish, when they get it out that water, the puffer fish swells up. You understand? And I believe it's a defense mechanism because it's it's trying to preserve itself. Self-preservation is a thing even in animals. Now, when you watch this puffer fish being attacked by these heathens, if you don't look at this little fish that you could look at as a pet and don't feel sorry for this damn fish, because the fish knows it's about to die. That's why it swells up, you understand, as a defense mechanism. But anyway, this puffer fish is so goddamn toxic, you understand, that in some of these Asian countries, these people have to go through like you have to go through years of being trained to cut the puffer fish up in the right way to where you can get rid of the toxins. You understand? Like you damn near got to go to law school, you understand, for puffer fish in order to be able to serve that puffer fish and be certified as somebody who can actually handle it in the right and correct manner. You understand? And even then, motherfuckers still die from eating that goddamn puffer fish because it's a fish that has no scales. It does not keep toxins out of this fish's body because that's what scales do for fish. It protects the fish and makes it prone to diseases. You understand? Naturally, it's supposed to do that. Of course, we understand that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and some of the fish that he farms are actually lawful fish. But the conditions that he put these fish in, it makes the fish unclean as far as not in the sense of God saying that this fish is unclean, but the fish itself, you understand, and the inhumane treatment is being raised upon it makes the fish unclean, if that makes any sense. You understand? But Salakia, let me get Matthew 5:17. I got a couple of scriptures for these Christians out there that love to eat pork. You understand? That love to come up against the ISUBK and saying that the law is done away with. You understand? That's the Old Testament. What's going on, son? You okay? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Christ said he ain't come to destroy the law or the prophets, but he came to fulfill the law. And how do you fulfill the law? You fulfill the law by keeping the law. You understand? Christ came to reiterate that we must keep this law. You understand? For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. You understand? Christ said till heaven and earth pass, one dotting of the I or crossing of the T shall in no wise pass for the law. Meaning the smallest law you're supposed to keep till heaven and earth pass. But the scriptures say the heavens and the earth abideth forever. So heaven and earth is never going to pass. And of course, you see heaven and earth ain't passing because people are still walking around on planet Earth. You understand? Verse 19, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be great in the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Tell this to your Christian pastor. He tells you that it's okay for you to get a lineup. You understand? For you to get a shape up. He tells you it's okay for you to eat pork because the Lord made clean that which was unclean. You understand? He's going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. This nigga is going to be a worker at whatever grocery store we got in the kingdom of heaven. This nigga's going to be a goddamn janitor somewhere. We not working to be janitors in the UPK. You understand? Our people have suffered enough in this empire. We working to be great in the kingdom of heaven. So we teach brothers and sisters to keep all of these laws. You understand? Hey, what are y'all doing? Come here. Come here. What? That's his. Let him play with his stuff. You play with the girl stuff, okay? Go play with your dogs. He don't want to play with you. Yeah, because he angry. Just let him cool down. Just play with your dogs for right now. I'm gonna make you something to eat in a minute, okay? Salaki. Verse 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Christ said, look, we got to be better than these Pharisees. And your Pharisees is the religious leaders of yesterday and today. You got to be better than Creflo Dollar, and TD Jakes. You understand? You got to be better than your Christian pastor that tells you that the law is done away with. You understand? You got to be better than them, or you're not going to enter into the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Salaki. Get 1 John chapter 3 and verse 34. Number Salaki. 3 and 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. This is in the New Testament. You understand? The scripture says, if you commit sin, you have transgressed the law. Meaning, if you do something that's contrary to the laws of Moses, you are a sinner. You understand? That's what it means to transgress the law, or that's what it means to sin, rather. Is to go against the law or do something that's unlawful. And eating a piece of pork chop, shrimp, crab, and lobster, that is unlawful. You understand? Let's see, go to 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. You understand? This is how you love God, because you can't descend into heaven to go give God a hug. You can't go give the Heavenly Father a hug and a kiss. That's impossible. So to show the way the way that you show the Lord that you love him is to actually keep his commandments. That's how you show that you love your parents. You understand? Your parents tell you to do something. You love, respect, and honor your parents, so you go do exactly what your parents tell you to do. You understand? That's the definition of love in the Bible, according to these scriptures, right? Get the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. You okay up there? Wait a minute. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Hey, come on, man. I'll get you some in a minute. Just go in your room for a minute, okay? Y'all want to help me in a minute? Okay, you got to go in your room so you can help me. Y'all gonna help me cook some food? Okay. No, you can't help do my class. No, it's too hard. Give me 10 minutes and we're going to go in there and go make something to eat, okay? Salaki. Proverbs 3 and 31 from the top. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. The Lord don't want you to be like your oppressor. The Lord don't want you to be like the people that put you in chains. Because what they do, the oppressor's so goddamn dumb. Hey, 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 y'all have to be quiet, okay? Give it back to her. Okay, you. Salaki. The Lord said, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Your oppressor is so goddamn dumb. The Lord put natural water filters on planet Earth. But you know what your oppressor did? He found a goddamn lobster or a crab, you understand, or an oyster and a mussel that's supposed to be a natural filter for the waters and eat them. And then you wonder why we got so much pollution on the earth. You understand? You understand? The oppressor says pork is the other white meat. You understand? It's so many diseases that come with eating that goddamn pig, you understand? Because it's an abomination unto the children of Israel. It's not made for human consumption. We're not supposed to eat it because it's not food. You understand? Salakia. Go to Luke 16 and 15. It's the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 15. And he said unto them, Salakia, I'm going to start at verse 14. And the Pharisees also, who were covetous, heard all these things, and they derided him. And he said unto them, Yea, Salakia, ye are they which justify yourselves before men. You understand? These Christian pastors, they justify themselves before men. You understand? Meaning they have some so-called righteous reason on why it's okay for them to eat a pig. You understand? And we gonna get to why these Christians and these fake Israelites, you understand, keep eating all of these abominations. You understand? We gonna get into Peter's vision in a hot second. You understand? Because your Christian pastor is a goddamn lie, saying that Peter's vision was confirmation that it's okay for you to eat a goddamn pig. You understand? Salakia. 15 from the top. And he said unto them, this is Christ speaking, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your heart. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God. You understand? What's highly esteemed to men is an abomination unto the Lord. You understand? And what's highly esteemed to men? A whole lot of riches, being the biggest drug dealer, being a goddamn gangster, eating pork, shrimp, crab. Like you see all of these niggas go out to these fancy restaurants and take the picture of the steak with the lobster next to it. You understand? With the shrimp scampi on the side and the lobster mac and cheese. You understand? You see niggas all the time going to seafood restaurants and posting the seafood boil. You understand? My brothers down there in Louisiana, y'all got it bad too. Eating all of them goddamn crawfish. You understand? And all of them goddamn abominations that's a part of Louisiana culture. You understand? Trust me, I know. California is the same goddamn way. We live in the Bay Area. We live in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's a whole lot of seafood restaurants over here because we live off of the Pacific coast. You understand? Where they can catch all of these abominations abundantly. You understand? So I see it all the time up here, and it's disgusting. You understand? But Salaki, let's get into Acts the 10th chapter. So we can go ahead and dispel the notion that you Christians have put out there to the children of Israel that it's okay to eat an unclean animal, because it's not. You understand? It's the book of Acts, chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse 1. Now there was a man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. Now, this brother was a centurion of the Italian band. You understand? And I'm gonna read verse 2 so you can understand who Cornelius was, because Cornelius was not an Italian. You understand? Cornelius was the same thing as some brother fighting in the oppressor's army today. You understand? Verse 2, a devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. You understand? This brother, Cornelius, it says he was a devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. You understand? This brother was a Israelite because it says he was a devout man. There are no devout people, you understand, that keep the laws of God, but the children of Israel. You understand? The Lord said it himself. He said, who has kept my precepts? Only the children of Israel has kept the laws of God, because we are the only people that was given the laws of God. You understand? So like it. Verse 3, he saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of the Lord coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, what is it, Lord? And he said unto him, thy prayers and thine alms have come up for a memorial before God. You understand? This angel of the Lord, he came and told Cornelius, bro, I see what you're doing. You a righteous brother. You understand? I see exactly what you're doing. You understand? And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. He lodged one Simon, Salaki. He lodged with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest do. You understand? So the Lord is sending, telling this brother Cornelius to send men to go holler at Peter to see exactly what he's supposed to do in this truth. You understand? Verse 7, and when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was disappeared, he called 2 of his household servants and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared all these things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. Now, this brother Cornelius was a centurion of the Italian band. This brother, he had some rank and he had men up under him. You understand? And the Lord told him to send these brothers to go holler at Peter, so they could see exactly what they supposed to be doing according to the scriptures, according to a brother that's ordained by Christ to actually teach this law. You understand? Verse 9, on the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance. So Peter went to go pray. You understand? And while the people that he was living with was cooking the food, he fell into a trance. He had a vision. You understand? And saw heaven opened and a certain vessel descending into him. So descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners and let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. So look, Peter had this vision. It's a vessel with all of these different type of animals that walk on planet Earth. And the voice told him while he's having this vision, go ahead, kill these animals and eat them. Peter like, no, I ain't never ate nothing unclean or common. You understand? Because Peter kept the law and Peter learned from Christ. What's wrong, Aubrey? Let me see. Come on, hurry up. Which one? This finger? Better? Yeah. Okay. So Peter, you understand, him keeping the law and him not being a sinner, you understand, Peter served him under Christ. which shows you what type of man Christ was. Christ kept the law. Peter said, no, I ain't never eat anything uncommon or unclean. You understand? Salaki. Anything common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, what God has cleansed, thou call not, Salaki, that call not thou common. You understand? So the voice said to him, what God has cleansed, don't call it common. You understand? Now, Christians run with that. Oh, Peter seen the vision and seen exactly what the Lord wanted him to see. And the Lord made everything that was unclean, he cleansed it. Yeah, let's keep reading. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made an inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate. So Peter didn't even know what this vision meant. So you mean to tell me these goddamn Christian pastors know what this vision means, but Peter, his own goddamn self, didn't even know what this vision meant? Peter didn't say, oh, it's okay for me to eat a goddamn pig. No, Peter did not even understand what this vision meant. So how could you Christians say God made pigs unclean? Anything that he made to be with that logic of these Christians, it's okay for you to eat a goddamn human being. You understand? Which is just nonsense. Salakia. Reading on. Verse 18. And called and asked Peter Simon, which was Salakia, asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. Verse 19, while Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, behold, 3 men seek thee. So Peter is still thinking of this vision to understand what it means. He's perplexed. He's puzzled in his mind what this vision means. Peter didn't see these goddamn animals and say, oh, it's okay for me to eat a pig now. No, Peter seen this vision, heard that voice and said, hell no, I ain't never ate nothing unclean. And then after the vision passed, he's sitting there puzzled, not understanding what this vision actually means. All right. Salakia. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius and said, behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come? And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man and one that feareth the Most High and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from God by an holy angel to send for thee into his house and to hear words of thee. So that just told you right there who Cornelius was. Cornelius was a just man, a man of good report of all the nation of the Jews. This brother lived, he lived outside of Jerusalem, but he had a reputation amongst the Jews. This was an Israelite man, bro. What? Go in the room. I'm almost finished. Okay, go, but be quiet, okay? Salakia. Verse 23. Then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow, Peter went away from them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him. And the morrow, after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them and had called together his kinsmen and near friends. So Peter leaves from where he's at and go to Caesarea. Caesarea is a city in Italy. You understand? Named after Caesar. You understand? Some of they, I believe, Caesar being the king of Italy or the emperor. You understand? You can go into the history of the Caesar. You understand? Verse 25. And Peter was coming in, and as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshiped him. But Peter took him up, saying, stand up. I myself also am a man. Peter was humble. You understand? He didn't want somebody to like You can't call Commander General your honor, my lord. You understand? He gonna check you on that. He gonna Salaki, Sir Adawan is Tawab. You understand? Peter was a humble brother. He told his brother, look, I'm a man just like you, bro. You ain't gotta fall down and worship me. Go ahead and get up. What's going on, Ak? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Verse 26. Salaki, verse 27. And as they talked with him, he went in and found many that were come together. Hey, what are y'all doing? Okay, be careful. Salaki, verse 27 again. And as he talked with them, he went in and found many that were come together. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, right? So Peter got at them like, look, bro, it's unlawful for me being an Israelite, you understand, that keep the law, you understand, to even mess with y'all because y'all Israel, of course, but at the same time, though, y'all from Italy. Y'all don't get down like Israelites. This is what Peter thinks. He don't understand that this brother Cornelius is a righteous brother that keeps the law. You understand? Verse 28. This is the killer to all you Christians from the middle of verse 21, 28. You understand? So I'm going to read from the top. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But the Most High have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Okay, I'll take it out in a second. Understand? So this was the teaching and the vision that Peter saw. The Lord said, don't call any man unclean or common. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. And he said unto them, ye know not that it is unlawful. It is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But the Most High have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. That vision that Peter had was about the children of Israel, the ones that was cast out. You understand? The ones that was not living in Jerusalem and actually acting like Jews or living their lives as Israel. You understand? Living their lives as the Lord intended us to. You understand? Peter understood that that vision was about men, not pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Not about all the abominations that the Christian church has taught you to lust after and fulfill your lust in eating all of these filthy, wicked things. You understand? Peter's vision was about men, not food. You understand? With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Yahweh Shem Ashai Barak a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Shem outside to the sisters. Make sure y'all like, share the class. You know what I'm saying? Comment, run these views up, these likes up. The water to everybody for tuning in. Shalom, Israel.